This episode is sponsored by IMD, International Music Distribution.
Oh. Woo. Turn me up. Oh. Turn me up.
Hey, what's going on? It's that retail chick.
Turn me up. Oh.
And you're about to have a conversation with me.
Hi, I'm Des, and you're about to have a conversation with that retail chick. My guest today is another hot DJ in the city of Atlanta, co-founder of Street Executives, a branding and marketing company here in the city that's responsible for breaking artists like Gorilla Zoe, Player Circle, and Travis Porter. I'm so excited that DJ Teknikz decided to sit down with me today to discuss the definition of the mixtape. What is your definition of the mixtape?
Compilation of, in my opinion, new upcoming artist music. It's not about what's on the radio. It's about what's about to be on the radio. That's my opinion.
Okay. When it comes to new artists using a mixtape to build a buzz,
Right.
I would say they usually drop 2, maybe 3 mixtapes at the most.
Right. Right. I mean, you have some to get lucky off the first mixtape. Something happens.
How do you make money after you give away all that music?
I feel like if you get to a certain point where, you know, you have your fan base, they're checking out for you, because I always feel like the people who really grasp onto you at the very beginning, they carry you to a whole nother audience.
Okay.
So it's like once you have a buzz and you're doing your shows, you can still go back and put out the same mixtapes you had into retail, iTunes, because you're reaching a whole new audience as you go to different cities doing shows. You know, you meet and greet, shaking hands, kissing babies. You're reaching a whole new audience that probably don't have your music or only know you by one song. So, you know, the first thing after the show when they go home is Google, what comes up, iTunes, what comes up. So I feel like you can definitely go back and put that product back on iTunes
And still make
and
money.
still make your money off of it.
Really? Has the saturation of mixtapes devalued what they stand for? Like,
To some extent, yep. To some, I can't lie, to some extent they have. Really, for the most part, they have.
yeah.
You just have to learn how to stand out, how to separate yourself from everybody else. But all that means to me is you have to go 10 times as hard as
Right.
you would have a couple years back.
A lot of people always come by the store and they'll say, hey, can I leave my CD down? And, you know, you give it away for me. Answer to that question, A, I am not on your street team. That's very important. And B, you have to realize that unless you're associated with someone that people are
brand,
familiar with,
right.
then they don't want your mixtape.
You have to have a brand. See, that's the thing. That's exactly what I was saying. You have to learn how to separate yourself from everybody else. Branding is really big to me. You have to learn how to brand yourself. Like when I started doing mixtapes like 4 years ago, I wanted people to go to the store and say, I want a DJ Teknikz mixtape. Not, what's a new mixtape? And you
Right.
give them I want them to go in the store and ask by my name. And it took about 2 years to really see that happen. You know what I'm saying? So like branding is big to me. Like you have to create a following where people are looking for you.
When it comes to putting your mixtapes together and you host them, I say that the chemistry between an artist and a producer is what makes a song a hit.
Exactly.
Is it the same thing for a mixtape DJ and an artist? When you find someone and you host their mixtape, does the chemistry make it a more successful project?
If you go back, Drama and Jeezy had chemistry, Scream and Shorty Law had chemistry, me and Travis Porter have chemistry, you know, DJ Clue and Joe Buns had chemistry, Fabulous had chemistry, DJ Wu Kid and 50 Cent.
Chemistry.
So it's like, it just makes sense. Everything is a piece, it's a puzzle and every piece is important.
So when you put it together, do you play like the A&R role? Do you place the songs correctly and pick the tracks that you think should belong on there?
Definitely. Like when we did the Travis Porter project, what we did was like every mixtape we've done, they would go record about 50 songs.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? They would cut a lot of records, except for Streets Are Us. But they would cut a lot of records, and what I would do is just go through all the records and kind of pick. You know, you have your serious records, so you want to pick one out of those. You know, you have your club bangers, you want to pick. If you have 20 of them, you want to pick the best 5 out of those. You know, you have your girl records, you want to pick the best 3 out of those, you know. So I kind of go through all the 50 songs and just pick a good, narrow it down to 15, 16, 17. But I still value their opinion because, you know, they know their fans. They're very in touch with their fans. So it might be a record that I'm overlooking that they really feel like this, you know, this record is big, you know.
Right.
And I still value their opinion. So, but yeah, I have complete control of how the mixtape is gonna flow. I really hate when artists come to me and be like, I want this to be number 1, number 2. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, go do it yourself.
Can you see yourself working at a record label and being inside that record label box and saying, okay?
Honestly, no.
No?
I don't want to do that.
Really?
Excuse me. Honestly, I think I'm already an A&R.
Okay.
So I'm shooting for something way bigger than that, like in my opinion. You know, just like with Travis Porter, you know, I do the marketing, but at the same time, I'm on the executive side of things. And that's what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for a bigger position. Like, I feel as a DJ, I am an A&R already.
Do you think being a DJ made you a better executive?
To some extent, yeah. But I think it's really being hands-on that made me what I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, I mean, I'm nowhere near where I want to be in the future, but God willing, I know with God on my side, I'm going to get there. But I feel like being hands-on with everything I do is what really took me to, is where I get all my thoughts, and, you know, experience is the best teacher.
It is.
You know,
it really
just
is.
being out there, being in the clubs, being in the late night studio sessions, like understanding the artists and all that. I think that really made me, it influenced what I think.
Mixtape DJs like yourself and
Right.
like DJ Scream and a couple of other ones are doing what labels can't do.
Exactly.
You are breaking records, like just breaking records. Artists, not even records, but artists.
Right.
Constantly. What do you think is the difference between what you do and what they do?
Because we're in touch with what's going on. We really know, like, that's what I was saying. With rap, you can't put it together. You know, if you're rapping about, I'm the #1 dope boy, you have to check out in the streets for real. You can't make that up. People have to vouch for you. People have to say, oh yeah. You know, for example, like Jeezy, when he came with a trap era or whatever, the trap or die, everything he rapped about checked out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He had the whole BMF nostalgia around him or whatever you want to call it, like, but everything made sense. Everything he rapped about, you could tell he really lived it. And with rap, you know, as much as people want to fabricate it, the people who make it are the ones who keep the music authentic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The T.I.s, the, you know, the Ludacris. Like, you never see Ludacris try to go with a wave. He does what he knows. And, you know, it adds up. So I think with the labels, it's like, they're not in touch with the streets. They really don't know what's going on out here. You know, you can't pick a record when you're sitting in the office 9 to 5,
In
5
another
o'clock.
city. At
Exactly.
That. You're in New York.
You go
right?
home, go back to the office the next day. You don't know what's going on in the clubs. You don't know what the new trend is. So I think that's the reason why the DJs have really, to me, it's always been like that, but now it's just coming to light because it's getting bigger and bigger, but it's always been like that. You know, the DJs are the ones who always find these artists and break these artists, and then the labels come, oh, we got some money for you.
Yeah.
You know, and
then it
always
all
forget
falls
about
apart.
the DJ.
Well, they forget about the
Because
DJ,
that's why, because they forget about the people who were really hands-on and who really took it from zero to something. If you keep those people on the job, they have the vision, they know, they understand the artist, so it's like, the labels don't really get it.
Well, thank you for tuning in to a conversation with that retail chick, and we'll see you next time. Have a great day.
Systems in my head, oh yeah. Systems in my car, systems in my crib. Turn me up. My sisters in my house, systems in my crib. Yeah. Systems in my headphone. Turn me up.
I'm a product of the system, I guess I'm a pioneer. Just trying to hear through the static that's in the air. Yeah. It gets so hard to compare, so I climb the alpine just to get my signal clear. Yeah.